Hey, coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip right here on YouTube. Presented and powered by JustPlay Sports Solutions and their My JustPlay app. More from them in a little bit. This episode is pretty much viewer, subscriber, coach driven, and I'm not talking about me. I've been getting a ton of email and messages about bundling, and I've did a podcast on it during season 1, and coaches have been asking, how do you build it? And I think I know what they mean, and I'm going to go back and cover some things that I covered in the podcast that you can find over. It's season 1. I don't know. It's in the title about scripting and bundling. Go back and check that out. But we're going to look at how and why we built our bundles, aka mini scripts, MINI. And that's what we're going to look at today in this episode of Football Talk with Coach Chip. And before we do, let's go ahead and remind y'all what some of the resources. We've got the gun power spread system. It's $100, but it's worth it because I'll update it. I've already updated it once since I released it late winter, early spring. And I've already working on the things I'm going to add to it after football season, and it won't be any extra money. But here's the cool thing about it. You think, Coach, that's a lot of money, and it may not do me any good, or it may not help me. It may not be what I'm looking for. That's okay. Just hit me up and say, hey, can I give it a trial run and see? And if you like it, you pay me. And if you don't like it, all I ask is you delete it from your computer or your device. So give me an email. Hit me up at email, siegel.chip@gmail.com. SEAGLE.chip@gmail.com, and get your copy of the gun power spread. Also, we got the offensive line manual that's available, and it's only $30 or $29.99 if you get it from our buddy Bezos over at Amazon. But if you get it from me, it'll be an extra penny. I need the money more than he does. Gap down backer blocking from start to finish, everything in it, how we ran the buck, how we ran the power, how we ran the counter, the drills we did, all of that good stuff. By the way, if you order it from me, I'll send you the ebook on a trial basis. You like it, you pay me, send me your address, and I will send you the paperback. Now, if you'd rather go through Amazon or you've already bought it, take a picture of the book or take a screenshot of where you ordered it, and email that to me, and I will send you a copy of the ebook. And you say, is it the same? Basically, the formatting's a little different. Information's identical because he had to change formatting to make it into a paperback book. But with the ebook, it's a Google slide, PowerPoint, and you can put it up on the board, on the wall, on the screen, and you can do presentations with your kids. And then you got the paperback to draw in, to highlight, and all that good stuff. So please check out that. We also got the Big Book of Bucks and the Jet Manual. Jet Manual is $50 because it's just so big. Big Book of Bucks is $30. All 4 of those premium resources, what I call them, are $210. But if you want all 4 of them, I had a guy just last night or this morning. He said, Coach, send me all of them. It's $150. I bundle them all together. How about that? We're doing bundles today. And you get that. Also, nearly 60 free resources, including the new and improved resource on the bundling that I've been working on when I put together this video, available to subscribers. All you got to do is subscribe to this channel, Football Talk with Coach Chip. Ask me to send you a copy of the list of all the free resources. Go through it, go shopping, go on a shopping spree. And best kind, because it's free. And I will send those to you. I sent a guy today, this morning, I checked the email, and he wanted like 8 or 9 things. Just went through, clicked on it, sent it to him. Be sure to go over and check out the podcast, Football Talk with Coach Chip, the podcast. It is really going great. I mean, we were in season 2 now. I think we're about 60 episodes in total, season 1 and season 2. And just me talking to coaches and talking football, which is the name of it. And got college coaches, high school coaches, middle school coaches, youth coaches, all kind of different coaches. Eventually probably have a flag football coach on if I can find one that wants to come on and talk ball and explain to us how that works. Had a Canadian football coach on, talked to us about the differences in the 2 sports. And they're subtle, but they're there. All this is available. Go on over there and find it on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you have an idea for a podcast guest or an idea for a theme of a podcast, hit me up at siegel.chip@gmail.com. All right. Oh, and before we get started on how and why we built bundles, how we built them, why we built them, be sure you like the video. Be sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps. By the way, it's growing great. And I know I've slowed down a little bit, but I think some of you already know I'm back coaching again. I'm volunteering at a small school, working their offensive line. I was just going to get a little stir crazy, and my health has greatly improved. Thank you for all you guys that text me and call me, even some of you, and check on me. I appreciate it. And I'm doing well. I'm really doing well, to the point, like last year, I wanted no part of it. I knew I couldn't do it. Not that I didn't want to do it. I just couldn't do it. And about a month or so ago, I got thinking about it. I had talked to the AD and the head coach at this school before, and they'd made it clear they'd love to have me. And so I asked if that offer still stood, and I'm volunteering, working their O-line. I'm going 3 days a week right now. When school starts, I'll go 2 days a week. The big work days, most high schools get those 2 really big work days, and I'll be there for them on Friday nights. And it's just really fun. Kids are working their booties off. They're very coachable. And it's just great to be around the kids again, great to be around the coaches again. We'll get more on that later. But let's get into why you're here today, why you clicked on this on your device or on your computer. Now, some of you already have heard this, and I tried to edit it down, the intro of it, what I'm about to tell you, to get into the newer stuff, trying to explain how we built them. But we would enter games, and we started doing this about 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, because we were still under center wing T when I started doing it. And when we went to the gun stuff and really got that down pat to the gun power spread system, we got into the bundles, which was an accident. I like the idea of scripting, but this is a little different from scripting. There are mini scripts, MINI, small scripts, and they're done for different reasons, and we'll get into that. But what we did, we gave our quarterback a different wristband. Sometimes, we'd have the regular wristband. And even when we'd go to like the one-word calls and didn't wristband the entire offense, the quarterback would have this wristband that had the bundles on it. And so we could just call out the name of the bundle. Usually they were colored, like, go to red, go to red, go to red. And it'd be a red bundle, and they were numbered. And I'll explain how that goes. An important point to remember is that you can only go as fast as your offensive line lets you. They're really as your center lets you. And don't care how good your quarterback is, your quarterback could be the second coming of Tom Brady. You're not going to be able to go fast if your line can't get down the field. And we do a drill, and we're doing that drill right now at the school where I'm volunteering to help us get better at doing that. It's our conditioning drill. We just get out there and run plays as fast as we can run them to train that offensive line to get downfield. We will not go as fast as we practice in that drill usually, but we're going to go pretty cockeyed fast. And it's a great way to eliminate conditioning too, by the way. And this is it. I talked about it before. This is our hurry up drill, our tempo drill. And I won't go through it and bore you with it, but it's perfect for using the bundles. We ask them to cover about 50 yards during the drill, and there's 4 plays to a bundle. And by the way, you can do 5-play bundles. We have done 5-play bundles. And I wouldn't do too many because you'll get bound up in that. But they're a great way. It keeps you organized at practice using the bundles, because you're practicing the bundles because you determine on Sunday what's in your game plan. So you're not wasting time running plays that you're not going to run on Friday night or whenever your game time is, because you've already decided, and however how you do it, through phone calls, Zoom, whatever, or you actually physically meet. I know some of y'all, a lot of the subscribers and the viewers of Football Talk with Coach Chip are, sub-varsity guys, and they're not doing those Sunday meetings. They're not playing on Friday nights, and they're just kind of talking on the phone, maybe emailing back and forth and getting together 2 or 3 times a week with the kids because it's 12 and under ball, 14 under ball, or whatever it may be. But you're still going to figure out, what are we going to run? And you can build these bundles. It's good stuff, cuz I'm telling you. With the bundles were color-coded and numbered, such as green, 1, 2, 3, 4, red, 1, 2, 3, 4, blue, black. We always did our team colors too. So we'd have a red, white, and blue, or black and gold. And it started with the AT&T commercials bundling, because I was looking for ways to go fast and kind of control the narrative. And they were bundling the cable, the internet, and the telephone bills all into one bill in one package. And I said, why can't we do that with football? Because we were trying the scripting, doing the whole Bill Walsh traditional scripting. And I thought, we can bundle. So we had a sign that we held up, because we held up signs on the sideline that told the kids the blocking scheme. We would give the skill guys the play, either through a word or through wristband, color, number, or whatever. But the linemen were getting their blocking scheme from the line coach through a picture. And that kind of confused people. I'll let the cat out of the bag now because I'm out of it. And we're not doing that at the new place where I'm coaching. But we hold up the AT&T logo, and that told everybody, hey, we're fixing to go fast as we can friggin' go. And it told the quarterback, all right, look over the sideline, what bundle are we running? So after holding the sign up, we would tell the quarterback which bundle to run. After each play, as they're jogging down the field to spot the ball, by the way, find the heavy-set gentleman in the striped shirt is usually the umpire, and he's going to, no snap starts without him touching the football, okay? No snap starts, no play starts without that umpire, the guy that stands about where the linebackers touches it. So as we'd run the play, and he would look over at us after the first play to see if we wanted to keep rolling, and we would just do like a rolling signal, almost like half a traveling signal, an official's traveling signal in basketball. That was just it. It means keep going, keep going. And if we wanted him to stop, we'd act like we're holding up a stick, and we'd break it, an imaginary stick. That means break it off, and break off the bundle, go back to regular tempo. And so if we stayed on it, after we ran the fourth play of the bundle, we could either go back to regular tempo, or we could just roll it over and just do our hand. That means go back to play one. I'll explain more to you in a minute. Or we would hold up our hand, like stop, and then give him another bundle to run. We never ran more than 2 bundles back to back. Remember, we had kids going both ways, and so we couldn't go tempo all the time. But if we felt like we had a team on the ropes, we may go 2 bundles. Or if it's working well, just give him the signal. You said, well, don't they figure it out? No, because they're teenagers or younger, and you're running it fast. And here's the thing, because the way we do the bundle, and you'll see it in a little bit when I let you inside the making of it. So the quarterback's got 8 plays in a bundle. There's 4 plays, but it's left and right. Left hash and right hash, left and right. So it's not just buck right on the bundle. It's buck right and buck left. Not jet right, jet left. Not just zone right and zone left. And the quarterback knew by game plan and by meeting with me, which we want to run this play into the boundary, this play into the field. If we're in the middle of the field, we want to run it to the right or the left based on this game plan. We knew that. So the quarterback would run through the bundle and then look over and see if we're going to keep going, and we'd keep going or we'd break it off. And I'll be honest with y'all, a lot of times we'd score 6, 7 plays in and never make it through the second bundle, but very rarely did we go multiple bundles. We'd roll over a bundle. So let's say the first play of the bundle, we're on the left hash, was jet right. And let's just say after we get through the bundle, now we're on the right hash, we just roll it over. Now the first play is jet left, because we want to run jet to the boundary. And we were very predictable in the bundles usually. That didn't mean we used the same bundles over and over again, but if you studied film on us, you could figure some things out. But again, bundling is going fast, and you're picking your spots like a good time to do it is coming out of a turnover, especially if you're a place where those kids are going both ways too, because now they're down. They're all down in the mouth. They got their dauber down because they just turned it over. Well, let's tighten the screws on them. Say, hey, quarterback, let's go green. Let's go green bundle. And we're going to go fast. A great time, Tennessee loves to do this. Heupel, they want to go fast on first downs. They get first downs, they're going to go fast. That 1st and 10 is going to be fast. Great time to run a bundle is on first down. You may come out and run just regular tempo, on 3rd and 3, you get the first down, right then go boom, bundle them. Don't let them get a chance. And remember this, in high school football, you do not have to let them substitute. There's none of that stuff in college with they take their time and you're snapping the ball with 2 seconds on the 40-second play clock, which I think is dumb. And so here's how we built them, how we built the bundles. And this is the part where people are asking me questions. We would pretend we were calling a game if we were on schedule. What I mean by on schedule, for some of y'all that may not understand that terminology. So 1st and 10. Second down is 2nd and 6. You're on schedule. You're on schedule to get a first down. So we call the opener, and imagine we got at least 3.5, 4 yards. So now we got 2nd and doable. Play 2 would be a play that we'd normally call in that situation, and so on. But it's going to be something related to the first play. That's a key that you're going to hear over and over again in this presentation. We want every play in a bundle to be from almost the same formation. You can change a little bit. I'll show you that. And look alike. So, and I'm going to use this for an example. I know a lot of y'all aren't wing tee people, but one of the best, series of plays is the buck, trap, waggle stuff. If you're under center wing tee, you've got a buck, trap, waggle, and a counter off of it. Buck, trap, waggle, and a screen off of it. Buck, trap, and run one of them twice. Go trap, buck, waggle, trap, or something like that. Because you're doing it fast and you're getting in the same formation. The kids know I'm lining up here. I'm lining up here. This is how I'm going to line. Don't be concerned with repeating plays. If you're going to go through the bundle more than once or run the bundle multiple times in a game, don't be concerned with it as long as you're doing it fast. And even if you don't run bundles in the game, you ought to practice running bundles. Build your bundles and just go through them. Say, okay, guys, let's run this bundle. And if you're a spread team, 10 personnel, 2x2, 3x1, you can build it off inside zone. You want to run inside zone, counter off inside zone, boot, play action pass, screen. Make everything look alike as much as possible for as long as possible and do it fast over and over again. So they're seeing the same action repeatedly, but it's different plays and it's coming at them. I'm a big jet guy. Most of y'all probably know that. Jet pass, jet screen, jet power, jet counter. And then you got the jet Q power, jet tailback, running back power. You got jet counter with the running back, jet counter with the quarterback. And then you got all the different passes you can do off of it. And you can build your bundle that way. And it's just really cool. So each bundle, as I said, we like the 4 plays. I have done 5. But there are 8 plays because remember, every play is duplicated left and right. And that's where it really gets cool because you can run that bundle over and over again through the course of a game. And it looks different to those kids on defense because it's not jet right, it's jet left. And that's why I like it. And you can have multiple bundles using the same plays, but in different orders. And sometimes we'd have 10 or 12 bundles, but we wouldn't be but we'd have a buck bundle, a jet bundle, a zone bundle, a power bundle, and because we just rotate them in and out, and change the order of them, and it'd just be different bundles. And it worked pretty good for us. We loved to run jet to the field, and everyone on our schedule knew it. We didn't care if they adjusted somehow, overloaded, or slanting to the field. We'd come back and counter or screen them to the boundary. We also loved the buck and wide receiver screens in the boundary. So if jet were the first play on the bundle, the quarterback would call for the jet that went to the field. And we would call first play would be buck into the boundary. That's the way we did it. The wristband would have jet on the right and jet on the left, buck on the right, buck on the left, zone on the right, zone on the left. And you just look at where you are on the field, what you do. All right, before we get into literally how we built it, let's pause right here and listen to this message from JustPlay Sports Solutions and their wonderful My JustPlay app. Hey coaches, let me tell you about our partners over at JustPlay Sports Solutions. All the play diagrams on Football Talk with Coach Chip since the spring of 2021 have been done by the My JustPlay app. JustPlay Sports Solutions created. You can find it at myjustplay.com. Team packages, individual packages, which is what I got. With the team package, you create your playbooks, you make scout cards, you can add video to the play so the diagram literally comes to life. The players get an app, they put it on their phone, so you don't have to print any more playbooks, any more game plans, any more scouting reports. And since players never go anywhere without their phones, their playbook is always with them. Contact my buddy Brad Rumsey at brumsey@justplayss.com. brumsey@justplayss.com, or call him by phone at 517-937-5433. Tell him Coach Chip sent you. All right, thank you so much, coaches. Appreciate that. Now, getting into the details. Building a football script involves creating a planned sequence of plays. Duh, you knew that? Okay. So to execute at the start of a game or in specific situations. But this is what I'll explain to you how the scripts, traditional scripting, is different from the bundles. The scripts usually they go along with the game plan, as do the bundles. They establish a rhythm and exploit an opponent's weaknesses early in the game. All right. Bundles, though, the difference is help you to go fast. Like if you go back to the original scripters, the 49ers back in the early 80s, they didn't go fast. And he did it, to see what the defense was going to give him. He was going to run 10 or 12 plays, maybe 15 sometimes. They were scripted, and they'd all be different formations. Because he had people writing down, how do they line up to this? How do they line up to that? The bundles are designed around what you already know about the defense. Because you don't want to run bundles to an unknown. You want to know where they are. If you're confident, if I give them this formation, they're going to be in this, then bundling is good. You give them 4 plays from that formation, and you know exactly where those jokers are going to be. And you know this should work. Where the original idea behind scripting was, let's see how they line up, and then we'll figure out what works. So that's where they're a little bit different. Bundles can be used to establish a running game, set up play-action passes. Almost all my bundles had a play-action pass. Now, we did have bundles that were built around passing. And we used those late in the first half, late in a game. We would just tell them we'd have 2 or 3 passing bundles that were designed to go fast with the hurry-up 2-minute offense. And you can, if your quarterback is pretty sharp, you can get away with that. So scripts, though, are used to test how the opponent reacts to different formations, different motions, and personnel groupings. In bundling, we should have a pretty good idea. You never know, but have a pretty good idea what they're going to do. Scripts are great for gaining knowledge about unknown factors. Remember, bundling, there needs to be some known to it. So, I mean, there is negatives to bundling because you don't know what they're going to do. Scripts usually have a multitude of formations and motions. Like I said, the 10 to 15 plays that Bill Walsh used and other teams all through the 80s, 90s, and on into the 2000s now with the West Coast offense guys, they use these. And scripts have all these different things. They want to see how you're going to react. Bundles should be consistent with plays that are run from the same formation and look similar. Now, you can make little adjustments, like if you're going to run buck, but then you want to get an extra blocker, you can move your back over. Just with a simple, like, hey, move over. Or whatever signal you use for what I call stack, putting the running back on the same side as the H. So there's all kind of cool things you can do with it. Here is a sample buck bundle down here at the bottom of the screen, buck left, buck right. And then it goes on through it. And you see this on the left, here's left hash plays. On the right, here's right hash plays. And you see how we do it. It's just a sample. You can do any play. Somebody goes, I don't run buck. That's fine. You run pin and pull, you run outside zone, whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you examples of how you can do it. All right, here's some key elements of bundles. And again, things that kind of separate it from traditional scripting, besides just the size of them. Bundles are mini scripts. Predetermined plays. They are a specific sequence of plays that you've practiced all week in that sequence. You got situational plays. Bundles depend on the offense staying on schedule. Not to say you can't stay. Let's just say it's third and off schedule. But on your bundle is a doable play. And so you just stay with it. If not, you break it off and you give them a 3rd and 6th play. a 3rd and 8 play. You get the first down, you go right back into bundle if you want to, because a good time to start a bundle is on 1st and 10. Bundles are great for tempo in short bursts. Go up tempo for 4 plays. Just get their attention. Just make them nervous. Just to gas them a little bit. Hey, a great time to start a bundle. Let's say the opening kickoff, they kick it in the end zone. You're starting from the 20. So you're on the 20 and you break off a jet that goes about 30 yards or a screen that goes for a pretty big distance. Right then, they were chasing the football, right? Call a bundle. Start a bundle right then and go fast as crap for 4 plays. See what happens. All right, more benefits of it. Confidence building. Players will be able to execute plays with greater confidence when they know the sequence because they've been practicing the cockeyed things all week. When we go team time, a lot of times all we do is bundles. You say, well, what about, because the plays in our game plan were in the bundles. And so we practice them in order. And if you got a really sharp quarterback like we were blessed to have several times over, they kind of get to memorizing that stuff. You know, and we didn't always change the bundles from week to week. If we didn't use them much in that particular order, we may have practiced bundles all week and didn't use them on Friday night. Heck, just roll the bundles over because the kids will remember them. Or if you got 10 bundles and you only use 2 or 3 of them, the ones you didn't use, leave them alone. But bundles can help an offense get off to a fast start and score early. It's kind of like coming out of in a boxing match and giving them a flurry of punches, hit them in the mouth. You know what Mike Tyson said? Everybody got planned, I hit him in the mouth. Hit him in the mouth. Exploiting matchups. Bundles can be designed to target specific weaknesses in the opponent's defense. Like there's a specific position or player. Like we like to do a power bundle. We run power counter, a little power pass, and we run our power read. Because now we're putting that end in a bind. It may be a specific kid that we want to pick on or just a specific position. Because y'all know how much I love picking on outside linebackers, especially in the passing game. And you can do that. I don't have much passing in my bundle samples here, but we did that. We built in quick game. You know, a good quick game in the middle of a bundle, like the 2nd or 3rd play, boom, it's anything you want to do. You establish a rhythm with them. A well-executed bundle can help an offense find its rhythm and momentum early in the game. And I recommend running them early. And now you don't, and often, but you don't have to do it that way. All right, when do you abandon the bundle? What do we do? Abandon the bundle if the opponent is not responding as expected. If you come out and they're giving you a defense that your kids are not comfortable or familiar with because they're giving you the flavor of the weak defense, get out of the bundle and call plays according to what they're doing. Sometimes remember I say it all the time, football is the most democratic of sports because on every snap, the defense gets a vote. Almost everything that goes on, I can't think of anything on the football field that both teams don't have a say-so. Look at basketball, for instance. If a foul's committed, defense has no vote on that free throw. It's totally dependent on that shooter. There's no time in football. You trying to kick a field goal, defense has an opportunity to block it. You know, whatever it is you're trying to do offensively, defense gets a vote. So if they're using their vote to mess things up, get out of it. You know, if you get badly off schedule, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 6, you may want to get out of it. If you're lucky and your 3rd play is a good pass play, then stay in your bundle. But all you got to do is just break it off. Abandon the bundle if you identify a clear tendency. Like say, why am I running these other plays? They can't stop this. Let's run it till they don't, till they can stop it. And then you can always revisit the bundle later in the game. So that's pretty cool stuff. All right. Use plays with similar action from the same formation. I give sample formations down here. Look, the 2 top ones right here that I'm dragging the cursor across. Same formation, flipped. Okay, this is our basic buck formation and jet formation. We love jetting and bucking out of this. One we really love jetting out of was same formation as the top here, but we stacked the running back to the H side to give us the extra blocker if we felt like we needed it. Didn't have to, but we could. You can do a jet and buck together. okay, in the same bundle. And don't change formations. Move as minimal number of players as possible, like just flipping the H or flipping the tailback. I don't mind flipping the H. You say, what about the Z, the jetter? Well, here's the cool thing. If you're running a jet bundle where every play is either jet or something off jet with the jet action, guess what? If you're on the left hash and you run jet right, well, now you're on the right hash. Well, guess where the jet man is? He's over on the right side. He's where he needs to be. He can just line right up because now you're going to run that jet motion back to the field again. And the only ones you have to worry about moving are the H and the tailback, and they're right there in the box, so they easily just step over and change your formation without getting into a whole bunch of stuff. By the way, we didn't, when we went 3 wide, like what, 10 years ago or so, when we went 3 wide, we stopped flipping our widest receivers. Why the crap? I want to run them from number to number. It slows everything down. Broadcast to the defense, hey, you're moving that guy. And so we just started, and eventually we called them X and Y for years. Then we just started calling them L and R. Left guy, right guy. Yeah. And that's why, just because when we wanted to go fast, we didn't want to have to flip those cats. So you can see all 4 of these formations are almost identical. Okay, that's the same formation flipped. This is same formation flipped, and it's the same as the above formations, except we walk the tailback, running back over to the H side. Is what in the system you will see in the gun power spread system, where we call that stack, putting the running back on the same side as the H. And the running back's always opposite the H, default, unless we call stack or pistol. Right, now, how did we build it? And this is what I think some guys wanted to know, like how do you go, or what was the mindset? And I hope I'm answering that. But the way we physically did it in our Sunday meeting, we would open up our Excel spreadsheet, or if you use the Google version of that, what do they call that, Google sheet? I don't know. And I use it, but I don't know what they call it. I just call it Excel, or just call it, spreadsheet. We'd start with a base play or a family of plays in mind. So we pull that up on the screen. We turn on the multimedia projector, and we pull that up on the screen. And we have our first idea. So what are you thinking? And we type it in. So let's say we're going to go buck. First play. And I think, guys, these are just examples, okay? It can be inside zone. I don't care. Outside zone. So we'd start with that base play. So, all right, let's say we got 4 yards. And that's what you're doing. You're pretending to call the game, which is so cool because you're calling the game a week before you play the game. No pressure on you. You're chilling out in the coach's office with other coaches, and y'all are talking about it. So you can take 30 minutes between plays and get over there and debate. And go, why would this work? Why would that work? All right, so boom, now you're 2nd and 6, your own schedule. So what play would you run on 2nd and 6? Fake butt left, Q power left. I'm just saying that it could be anything. But it needs to look like the first play. It needs to be from the same formation. And it needs to look post-snap as much like the first play as possible. Now, you can sneak in a quick play here or there. We like sneaking in a quick play and flash faking the base play of a bundle. So we want to run slant out back to the twin side. We may flash fake the buck and throw it. That way, every play in that bundle looks as much alike for as long as possible post-snap. So then we typed in our second play, boom. All right, so if we're facing 3rd and 3, because we got a few yards, that's doable. You're on schedule. So then we typed in, what would we run on 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2? What would we run? Maybe fake buck left, counter crisscross. Again, just examples. And you remember now you're doing this, you're taking your time making the bundle, creating the bundle. But when you're practicing it and when you're running it on Friday night, you're going balls to the friggin' wall as fast as you can go. Okay, so the 2 third down plays above may not be ideal according to some, but when you're going up tempo, they are great versus a vanilla defense that might be winded, out of position, wondering what the crap's going on, because we didn't practice this fast. You know, defensive coaches, in my experience now, in all my years, the decades I've coached, they're slow at practice because they're perfectionists. You know, I'm over there running the scout team, and I'm waiting on them. I ran the scout team for probably 75% of the offensive scout team. I ran it 75% of my career. And very rarely the defense wait on me or wait on my scout team. I'm not making fun of defensive coaches. I'm just saying they're perfectionists. You know, that guy's supposed to be in a 3 and he's in a 2. They're going to move him. You know, they're going to make him right and all that stuff. That's fine. But I'm saying is they don't, in my experience, defensive teams do not practice as fast as the offensive side of the ball does. So when you throw this stuff at them on Friday night, it is like getting a wet rag in your face at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's like, boom, and you're punching them. Right? So you run that one, and you get the first down, just go to the fourth play. And again, it looks like the other 3 plays. Notice all 4 of these plays have the same backfield action. Whether you're under center, whether you're in gun, whether you're in pistol, these plays are going to look alike. And so the defense is seeing the same action repeatedly over and over again, but with different points of attack, okay, and a different result and a different dude running the football. Because look at this one, Buck Wright, that's the running back running it. I'm in gun now. I'm in the gun power spread system. So say Buck, then fake Buck, and the quarterback runs our version of the inside power, the gut play, the wrap. Then you come back and you run your counter crisscross to your H. And then you fake the Buck and run a boot or some other play action off of it. Everything looked the same, every play. And when you get the first down, you simply stay in the bundle or run the fourth play. And then we have the option to roll the bundle over, just say, hey, keep running it, or break it, or go to another bundle. Go from the green to the red or from the red to the blue. Bundles do not always have to be in the same families, though. I mean, this is, but it could be just plays that kind of look similar. And that's what you want. I like them to look similar, but you can get in the same formation and run all kind of different things. And we did that sometimes. But we may run Buck and Power in the same bundle and simply move the H inside or outside while leaving everyone else the same. So if we're going to run Power right, the H is out there in the wing spot. Buck right, he's out there in the wing spot. Then we're going to come back and run Power left, and we just put him in the sniffer formation. He's moving what, a yard or 2? It's real easy, and you can just shift him in there. So there's all kind of things you can do and leave everyone else on the field the same. I hope that explained it. I know I went 40 minutes, but you've got a pause button. You can come back and you can hit it. Go over to buymeacoffee.com/Coach Chip and buy me a cup of coffee. It's not a big deal. Try it out. It's easy to do. I know you can do it because I set the cockeyed thing up. Please be sure you're a subscriber to the channel. You can find it. And I think I'm going to put this on the podcast as well. And just because so much of it is audio, you just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But the free resources are available to you. Hit me up. I'll send you the list. And if you want this presentation plus the new and improved edited bundle explanation, hit me up at siegel.chip@gmail.com and I will send that to you. And if you're subscribed, you get the nearly 60 free coaching resources available for free. All you got to do is subscribe, including the all-new bundling resource that's based on this video, and it's updated. I'm trying to explain to coaches how we built the bundles. Don't forget our buddies over at JustPlay Sports Solutions. Contact Brad Rumsey at brumsey@justplayss.com, brumsey@justplayss.com, or you can call him by phone, 517-937-5433, 517-937-5433. And when you contact Coach Rumsey, you be sure to tell him that Coach Chip sent you, okay? Don't forget the Power Spread System's out there. Hit me up. Get a free trial on it. And if you like it, you send me the money. If you don't, you just delete the cockeyed thing. All right. That's it for this episode of Football Talk with Coach Chip. And like I said, I'm going to put it on the podcast too. It's how and why we built our bundles, a.k.a. mini scripts. Until next time, coaches, y'all be elite.